Hi Arinians, welcome to the second season of Breathe, the Valentine's special. My name is ARIKE'S, and as always, I'm your host for this season. This season is intended to consist of conversations that will be centered on love, dating, relationships, marriage, and everything in between. I do hope you enjoy these videos. Like, subscribe to join the Arinian family. Tell somebody about the channel, share, and of course, I pray and hope that you're impacted by these videos. I love you guys plenty. Thank you for all the love so far, and God bless you. You respect. I would say that because the red flag is not such a big deal, I should let it pass. If it is a big deal to me,
flag that will metamorphosize
into a deal breaker.
If for example, is someone that gets angry in public. They're looking like this guy. Are you sure he's not
going to beat you when you get married? That's the point. That's actually true. Love is blind. Marriage is an eye opener.
One of the signs of contradiction to your contract is lack of peace. So once you see that, okay, whenever I speak to this guy, just let me give an example.
Okay.
I was in a relationship many years ago, and I don't want to go too much into details. But but I was in a relationship, and this person was someone that already met her family.
Just breathe.
We don't ever get angry because why? So on today's episode, we're going to be discussing something very interesting, something that I am very particular about, and I just tagged it gender biases. You see, growing up, there's been an ideal for what a female should do in a relationship, what a female should act like, the general opinions that the society already has of a female. And then same for a male, right? I mean, you're expected to be a provider, you're expected to not cry, you're expected to take everything in and all of that. So we just want to discuss those things and how they affect relationships. So first off, right, I'll be starting with Mr. Kenny. Now, what do you think about ideals that we have created around genders in the society? Would you say that it is something that should be upheld, or we should be walking into a generation where we can break some of these ideals?
Should I go deep?
Start on the surface, sir. Don't scare.
Okay, first of all, I think what we define as roles for each gender, it's man initiated, and I think that's where we should start from, because most of the time we hear people say, you know, especially while growing up, we hear our mothers tell the ladies that if you go to your husband, is this the way you want to be behaving? And yet we look at the young man sitting, just looking at the TV while the sister is washing the plate and the mother is shouting this, and it's looking like more of the pressures on the girl, like she's the only one that's going to get married, as if the man is not going to leave. So for me, I didn't really enjoy, while growing up, I had a different perspective about that, because I feel if we were to look at the things how God was to look at things, and that's why I didn't want to go deep. I feel, you know, the roles that we have created for ourselves have created a lot of barriers in when we talk about purpose, you know, in God's agenda. So when we are dealing with differences between a male and a female, we shouldn't look at it first from roles. We should think first from purpose, because that you are a man doesn't mean you shouldn't enter the kitchen, and that you are a lady doesn't mean you shouldn't wash the car. So there is no differences between these two things. Of course, we understand that looking at the physique of a man, you know, he might look at it should do certain things. Yeah, we understand that fact, but it is not your divine duty to wash the car. Neither is it a lady's divine duty to wash the plate or cook the food. What if your wife is pregnant? So she should do
that part, girl.
Do I cook? In short, there was a day
breakfast in bed is secure.
I cook.
This is a real issue for
me. Just breathe.
So before we move on, right, Ms. Algebra, I quickly want to ask you, I feel like when we talk about these ideals, right, these ideals of roles and opinions and things like that, our world is changing in a lot of ways. For instance, ladies are making money for themselves. Like they have career. Ladies are chasing their careers now, right? Which means that you no longer can say, oh, because it's the man that provides. Because then the narrative was, it's the man that's providing, right? Which means it's okay for him to come home and just sit and you provide the food and then he eats and he goes back the next morning and provides. But right, we're coming to a situation, to a generation where women are, holding their own. So I'm saying in this dispensation, is it okay to, are we supposed to be making adjustments for some of these roles as well, in terms of, what the man should do, and this is even the lighter part of the conversation. More importantly, I want us to go to what opinions are being held. I have problems with when a man sees you and he just assumes that when he has money, he can have you. Because the society has supported that so far. You hear things like, man will never get money, doesn't have any business with being in a relationship. Waiting they fight, you don't get money, you want get girlfriend. Waiting, who you they try impress? We get things like that, and I feel like that is a major issue that we need to deal with. But before we get to that, so for roles, do you think that since there's an adjustment in terms of breadwinning and all, should it reflect in how we also, divide these other roles in the house?
I'll say that marriage is a partnership. Okay. And the earlier we get that, the better for every one of us. So marriage is a partnership. Everybody brings something to the table. So what you're bringing to the table might be money. What I am bringing to the table might be taking care of the home. So it doesn't mean that what you're bringing is any much bigger or better than what I'm bringing. Okay, so if, for example, I'm a stay-home mom, I'm just giving that as an example, and then my husband brings all the money. Do you know everything that I've done at home? Yeah. Do you know all the work I've done? Do you know all the mental job I've done? Do you know everything I've done to take care of your children, to bring them all there? And men, they know how to be proud of their children. They've forgotten that there's somebody that is there that is doing all the work. So it's a partnership. It doesn't necessarily have to be is money that I'm bringing or is this that I'm bringing. Whatever you're bringing together, bring only your money and leave the house.
And leave the rest now. Let's see how you work.
So it's a partnership, like I said. So we are bringing everything to the table and we are balancing and we are building.
I think the minister said something one time and it was like, identify your strength and focus on it. Like she said, you are coming as a team, and that's one thing most people, especially this generation, don't understand. People are coming with burdens, having expectation that this guy, this is what he's going to do, this is what I'm going to know. It doesn't work that way. You find your strength, let him find his strength. For instance, if you are good with money, let the person good with money and do the money. And if you are the one good with house chores. Now, I get that the kind of culture we practice in Nigeria, promotes that the wife or the female should be the one to do these house chores. And I've heard a lot of ministers preach this, that a lady must know how to cook before marriage. Accurate, but it doesn't stop the man also. Knowing how to do these things.
Yes, I think I want to come in on that. What she mentioned about the partnership part, the team part, because
that struck me too.
It's a we thing. I know that these things, there are opinions here and there, but be careful not to allow the bias into your own because of that part of what will people say now? Somebody should come around you're already letting in third parties.
People that are criticizing you, that are doing
as far as you're having a beautiful relationship, a beautiful marriage, there's peace.
Let families that the man is the one that does the cooking. And he's okay with it.
A friend of mine just said it just yesterday. I was having a conversation with a friend. I was like, when we were growing up, it was Popsy that used to cook because Momsy cook food knows too sweet like that. And we knew. It was just something that they had gotten used to.
I grew up in a home where I had a domestic dad. I saw my dad do things for us. I saw my dad get up in the morning, get us ready for school. And I wanted that for myself. I was great as young as I was. I wanted God to give me a man that was like that. And thank God, God answered my prayer.
I love it.